and I've got a lot of specific craft questions for you. But because you're in a position where you know Josh Ballerman, you know Gary Whitta, you know you've got a blurb on your book from Ernest Cline, I know that you know lots of science fiction writers, and I was thinking, I find it a little bit amusing that even when the Wool series is on Apple, when Beacon 23s come out, when your movies come out, and you're everywhere and everybody knows Hugh Howey across the world, there will probably be somebody that if you self-publish a book looks at it, goes, I don't know, self-published. But anyway, you know all of these different writers, and I was wondering, have you noticed a consistent quality amongst these breakthrough writers, these people that are at the absolute top of the genre, that something that some quality you've identified and you see over and over again in these types of people? Oh, that's what separates you from everybody that wants to be where you are.
I think the thing that stood out for me because I got really interested in the people that were making a living as writers, because when I worked in a bookstore, it was really eye-opening to meet all these authors who would have to come. They would come in and give talks at the bookstore, and almost all of them had day jobs. And these were, a lot of New York Times bestselling authors and award winners. And I realized just how unlucrative writing was for most writers. And that was shocking to me. And it got me interested when I started having some success with self-publishing, to just like find out how many people out there were making a living at this. And that led to the author earnings project I did with this data guy, and just a lot of conversations, a lot of conferences, and a lot of like side conversations at conferences, like in lobbies and restaurants, and hanging out with other writers. And the thing that stood out for me was, like, everyone that I met that was doing well had an incredible work ethic. They were writing several books a year. They were living and breathing, not just writing, but reading and reading in different genres. But I haven't met many people who are successful who aren't like getting up and working every single day at it. And that's the thing that stood out for me, is like, if you're out working, you 9 or 10 people around you, you're gonna have a much greater chance of making it in this industry. And that's probably true for a lot of different industries, but I think that's been the number one similarity I've seen among my successful colleagues, is that they just work really, really, really hard. And the really amazing ones are so good at it that it seems like they're not working very hard at all. Yeah, I'd say that's the quality that stands out. Of course, a lot of them then get to a point where they don't have to work much anymore and choose to do that. But the reason they got to where they are is because they outworked almost everyone else who was out there. They were writing while other people like talk about writing or think about writing or dream about writing.
Well, I mean, you're at that point now, it appears, or if you're not now, you soon will be, where you don't have to write anymore. But it sounds like you're going to keep writing and writing as hard as you ever were, right?
I am now, but I went several years there where I was just sailing and traveling and exploring, and wasn't sure if I'd write another book. So there's, any adventure becomes routine if you do it long enough. And the writing was definitely going to get like that for me. And it was really good for me to break it up and go do something adventurous and fill myself with like more life stories and life lessons to pull from with my writing. So, but yeah, now I'm back at it, and I'm sure I'll do this for a few more years and then go sailing again. So we'll see.